Okay, hi guys, so this is a video for SolidWorks Education Lesson 5. I'm going to get straight into it, made slightly easier by this 3D image of it. For most of the other examples we only have the three 2D views. So anyway, enough rambling, I'll start. So again, starting the way we normally do, new part, click OK to that, and clicking on the sketch tab, sketch, and click on front plane. So now that that's started, I'm just going to put it across here. So the way I'm going to start this is I'm going to start with the front view. I'm going to draw the outline of what I see here. I'm going to neglect this fillet for reasons that will become clearer at the end. Well, actually, I can just tell you now, I'll apply these fillets together, so I can apply 1, 2, 3 fillets together at the end of the part. So really it's just to start with, I'm drawing this outline here, just tracing it there with my mouse. And again, as I've said, the boxes are 10mm by 10mm. So I'm going to start with this point as the origin. So again, I'm assuming you kind of have the sheets in front of you, so I'm going to minimize this and maximize this fella. So for myself, I'm just going to move this to the corner slightly so that I can keep the whole part in the graphics area without having to move it around too much. So just clicking on the line command, top left here, starting at the origin, again, always starting at the origin with the first entity, and I'm just going to roughly trace it out. Not going to worry too much about the dimensions at the start. So again, this is just all left clicking, and again, just for this one, just make sure that it stops directly above the origin, so that'll make it easier and we'll have less relations to add later. And finishing at the origin again. And once I've that finished, just click the green arrow up here on the top and click it again. Sorry. So we'll dimension it. Smart dimension. So again, just clicking up here. And just to reiterate, if you right click and hold, you'll see you can get the quick access wheel, and once I cross into the smart dimension, it becomes active. So I'll click on this line and it is 60mm. So that's the first one applied. This fella is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50. We'll go for this fella next, and he's 30. So you'll see that snap this fella. Again, this lad now is 10. And again, just be aware of where you're putting the dimensions. Keep them clear and keep them outside the outer extremities of the part, because it just makes it clearer for, I don't know, just makes it clearer. Keep them outside the part if you can. And this dimension from here to here is 20. And the last one here is 30. So that's it. That's the outer edges of that front view. So I'm going to click exit. Oh yeah, just before I finish, fully defined here in the corner. So I can click OK to finish the dimensions and exit sketch. So next I need to extrude that. So again, just going to click this across for a second. The depth I'm going to extrude, I get that from this top view. So again, this is the plan view, or the top view of the part of this part. So the depth of what I've just drawn is the distance from here to here. So it's 5, or sorry, it's 5 boxes, so it's 50mm. So I'll keep both active there for a second. Click on the features tab, click on extruded boss base. Again, some of you might automatically select that contour. If it doesn't, just come in and select the line, and you'll see it's selected the contour area here. And I'm just going to leave it at blind for now, and I'm going to change this to 50. You see that's what it'll create, and click OK to that. Okay, so that's this section here. Next, I'm going to move up and concentrate on this top view here. So as you can see, this section needs to be cut away. So I'm going to start with that. That's the clearest thing to do. So I'm going to cut away this 3, so this 30 by 30 section here, and I'm going to start on this plane. So maximizing that again. Start a new sketch, top plane, and again just hitting spacebar, and I can activate or deactivate the cube there, and just select a normal toe. So if you have selected, the reason the origin is here is because I selected blind in the previous for extrusion. If I wanted that, if I had selected mid-plane, that origin would be here. So that's just a point to note. So I need to cut away that 30 by 30 from the corner. So I'm just going to use a rectangle. So if I click on corner rectangle, I started in the corner, and I'm just going to pull it roughly to 30 by 30 there. Again, I'm just hitting escape there to deactivate the rectangle. Smart dimension. And then from the top line to the bottom line, 30. And again, I'm not clicking and holding, it's just click once, release the left click button, click the second line and release, and put in 30 there again. And just hitting escape then to deactivate it. So that's my rectangle that I want to cut away. It's fully defined. Exit sketch. So again, I'm just going to rotate this slightly so that I can see it. And then features, now instead of extruded boss, I need an extruded cut. So you'll see it's just over here on the right, a little bit further to the right. So extruded cut, select that, select a line on the of the rectangle you've just drawn, and you'll see here that it's selected blind 50. I don't want to select that for this one. I want to select true all. So that I know we know that the dimensions won't change, but if they do change, if that was to change the overall height to 80, and I had that left as blind 50, it'd only cut 50 and it wouldn't cut true all. So I'm just going to use true all for this one. And selecting the green arrow, then just click OK. So that's that cutaway. So this is what we're at the moment. The next step, so let's just pull it across here again. So the next step, again, don't worry about these fillets for now, we'll put them on at the end. So the next step I need to do is I need to get this shape here. So if from looking at the three views, I can see that this section here is stepped down to 10 mil from the bottom. So it's a solid line, so I know that I'm looking at a solid edge here, and again this is a solid edge, so that means that there's a wall up along this side. So I need to bring that section, so that from this corner to here, all the way down to here, and back into the corner, and I need to bring that down to 10 mil from the bottom. Now I hope the mouse is showing here, but anyway, that'll become clear when I finish the video. So I need to start a sketch. I'm going to start on this top plane because I need to bring that down as well, and I'm going to draw that just another rectangle and then bring it down to 10 mil from the bottom. So if I click on sketch again, starting it up here, spacebar, so just hitting the spacebar button and selecting normal toe, so that I'm looking directly down on it. So that's what I'm looking directly down. I need to draw my rectangle and just cut that down. So I'll just hit maximize this again. And sketch, same thing again. I want a rectangle. I'm going to start it here and I'm going to drag it roughly to here. And then you can hit the close dialog, or you can hit escape to complete that rectangle. Again, the other way using so that's just the other way to the dimension is just right click and hold and then just pull the mouse across the dimension. So I know that that's 10 mil from here and it's 10 mil from the top. I'll just click OK to that. So that's my rectangle drawn. Again, fully defined, very important to make sure all your sketches are fully defined. Exit sketch, and again we're cutting, so I'm just rotating again the middle mouse button, so the wheel, just click it, hold it down and it'll allow you to rotate, or else you can come up here to use the rotate. So where am I going? Features, again it's an extruded cut, and this time it is selected. Sometimes it selects it automatically, sometimes it doesn't. So for this one, I don't want to bring it down 50 as it's already been selected. I want to bring it down 40. So another way that you can change, you can type it in here if you want, or you can click on this arrow and you can pull it up along. So you'll see that it's activating. So that's bringing it to 40, and I can release it there. That's just another way of doing it. It's just as easy to change it here, whichever you find easiest. So that's the section I'm going to cut away, and click OK to that. So this is what I'm left with. Okay. So let's just bring this across here. So we're nearly there. So if I look at it from this view, I'm just going to hit spacebar again and look directly on it. I have exactly what I see here, bar the fillet. We'll get to that in a second. This one also, just hitting spacebar and looking directly down on top. Again, looks similar to what I have. So you can see the outlines here, and the solid lines are here, and we have this section cut out. Again, the fillets will come to in a second. So now I need to just turn to look at this view. So this is the plane. You can also use the arrow keys on your keypad if you want to just rotate them to rotate the part. So that's bringing me back to the front view, and now I'm just going to rotate it to the right hand side view. So this doesn't look like this, so I need to cut away this triangle here. So there's two ways of doing this. You can start a new sketch on this plane, draw the line, and cut it away as an extruded cut. An easier and more efficient way would be to apply this, or to cut away this section as a chamfer. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use a chamfer, but it's going to be a distance chamfer as opposed to the distance angle chamfer we're used to. So we'll apply this chamfer next. So just hit maximize there again. So I know it's this edge I need to apply it to. So if I come up here to the top to the commands, click the drop down and select chamfer. So there's chamfer selected. And if I come across here to my options here in the feature manager, instead of angle distance, I'm going to select distance. I don't want the equal distance, I want to be able to change them. So before I set these distances, I'm just going to click the edge that I want to put the chamfer on. So click on that edge. So it's saying here distance 1 is this one, and distance 2 is this one. So I don't know if you can pull them. I don't think you can. That's upset it. So we'll just go back again. Click on the drop down, click on chamfer, and select the edge. So again, this now has automatically come on as angle distance, so we'll select distance. So distance 1 is this distance, which I need to set as 40, and then distance 2 is this distance here, the vertical distance, which I need to set as 20. So just change those here. So that's distance 1, this is distance 2. That hasn't activated yet, so I'm just going to hit enter on that. So that's the chamfer I need to apply. Again, if you're not seeing the yellow box here, just select your full preview. So you have no preview, partial preview, or full preview. They look the same, they should be different, but anyway. So click on OK, top corner, and that's applied my chamfer. So that's it. So just pull this across again. So nearly there. Again now, just to look at that right hand view, it looks exactly like what I have here. Just a brief one on the lines. So the solid lines are actual edges, and the dash lines are hidden detail. So you can see there's a dash line here and a dash line here. That's corresponding to the solid edges here and here. So it's hidden detail. In this view, it's hidden detail that you can't directly see. So the dash lines are showing that there is actually solid edges here and here. So the last thing I need to do, I'm just going to rotate this slightly to this, and again if I hit spacebar I can put a more exact isometric view on it. And just a note, that's the cube active here. If you don't have it active, it won't come up. So I need to apply 3 fillets. I need a fillet here, and a fillet here. Now the reason I haven't applied those on the sketch is because I'm making the assumption when I'm drawing this that all them fillets are going to be the same at all times. So it's easier to apply them using the fillet command in the features tab. So the fillet command, wherever it is here in the features tab, rather than applying them in the sketches. because I'd have to apply a fillet to this and then apply a fillet here and here in this in 2 separate sketches. Then if they have to be changed, I have to go back into 2 separate sketches to change them. So that's just why I'm applying them this way, and it's just a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna click on just apply those 3 fillets. So fillet command up here, and if I come across to the feature manager, it's asking me for the items to fillet. Full preview. I have full preview selected, leave tangent propagation selected, and then fillet parameter. So it's already set to 10, which is what I need. So just click on the edges. 1, and this lad, and this fella. So that's the 3 edges selected. If you selected a face by mistake, no, again it's not applying that because it isn't able to, but just come in here, right click on it, and delete it, and then my 3 are still selected. So if you do select it by mistake, you don't have to go back out of the command. You can just delete it here from the dialog box. So that's it. Select OK, and you have your 3 applied. Again, as we've mentioned, apply the 3 of them together using 1 fillet. Don't use 3 separate fillets. And when we're drawing the parts, we want to have a feature tree. So this is the feature tree here. So there's extrudes, cuts, chamfers, fillets. We want to have a clean feature tree. And kind of by that I mean we always want to have chamfers and fillets at the end of the part. So that's the way this thing is turning off. There we go. So we want to have chamfers and fillets to the end. It doesn't matter if fillets are below chamfers, but it does matter that they're at the bottom. So we want extrudes and extruded cuts or whatever at the top. Fillets and chamfers always to the end of the part. It just causes, if you have to go editing them later and they're inside in the middle, it just causes problems. So again, just to note, keep those at the end of the part. So that's enough rambling for one lesson. Try and do that yourselves before coming into class the next day, and let me know how you get on. Okay, thanks and goodbye.